The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you joining us, we're going to let everybody populate in here just for about another 6-8 minutes, something like that, and we will rejoin you shortly. Thank you. Good morning, Pam. This is Jeremy Byrd with Microdesk. We're going to let people start to pull in here, and we're going to get the webinar starting in about 2 minutes. I seen your question. I would like to just try and get things started, but I'd like to give everybody a chance to get started in here. I hope everybody is having a great Tuesday, and I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thanks. Well, welcome to Microdesk webinar introducing Review 2019, speed, accuracy, and standardization. Today we're going to be talking about what Bluebeam has been up to as far as updating their software, uh, looking at kind of the tools that they've added, and we could jump kind of right into this, but we all know as, the AECO professionals that Bluebeam has kind of become the standard for anywhere from, the studio to being able to mark up with tools, etc. Let me show you some of the stuff they've done in 2019. So today's agenda, give you a little bit about us, learning objectives, overview, review, and into action, and then finally questions regarding kind of the new rollout of the items that we've been talking about for Bluebeam 2019 at the end. So we were founded in 1994. We got projects in over 10 countries across three continents, over 180 consultants, and over 48 active projects. Microdesk trying to lead the charge in revolutionizing what we do as architects, civil engineers, structural engineers, you name it, as far as engineering, software, and other AECO projects and items such as staff augmentation or training, on-site, off-site, you name it. Microdesk is a solution for the AECO industry. So, we do more than just Bluebeam. Bluebeam is a huge partner of ours, as is Autodesk and IBM and Panzura. So if you're interested in any of those other products, I would say take a look out, watch out, see what we have upcoming for our webinars, and really kind of dive into what it is Microdesk is. So not only do we do webinars and cool things, we also offer consulting services for BIM, which is building information modeling, enterprise strategy and workflow assessments, technology management, mentoring and support, as well as application development. So we'll go in, talk a little bit about myself. I have over 17 years of in the industry. I've been in kind of all aspects as far as just starting out with, just drawing and then moving into construction management, everything that is, BIM and that whole world that we live on a day by day basis. I'm also a certified professional Revit user. Um, about Bluebeam. Bluebeam, their mission statement kind of, I don't know if this is their mission statement, but empowers people to advance the way our world is built. And if you think about it, right, you look at, kind of everybody now being disjointed and how PDFs have kind of revolutionized over the years or evolved. And now we don't have to be in the same office and have to close a file so somebody else can work on a PDF. Studio allows us to, kind of go out into the world and, cross collaborate with our teams in the field. Bluebeam is Founded in 2002, 1.6 million users around the globe, over 130 countries in which it is being used in, 30 Bluebeam user groups, which we will talk about here in a little bit, and 94% of top US contractors are using this software now. If you think about it, 5, 10 years ago, Adobe was king, right? So we're looking at, kind of revolutionizing the format PDF and how it is used in the construction industry. And of course, Bluebeam can be used for many other things, but Bluebeam, in my opinion, has single-handedly helped the construction industry and how we use PDFs. We used to look at just drawing sets and print from PDF. It was an easy drawing format to get, from your desktop and put it on a flash drive and take it over the printers and or email those PDFs or you know all of these things. But now we're doing markups, we're doing 3D PDFs, we're trying to do takeoffs in Bluebeam instead of printing a million sheets. So if you look at it, there is a whole world out there when it comes to Bluebeam. So Bluebeam Revu, project efficiency and collaboration solution built. It's specifically built for the construction industry. I mean, we're talking about a powerful tool here that is basically tailored to our industry. And we want to increase the accuracy of what we do. And by increasing the accuracy, we reduce the cost and minimize the risk. So if you think about it, everything we're doing from BIM to PDF, we're trying to increase the accuracy of what we do on a day-to-day basis to minimize number 2 and number 3, which is cost and risks. Those are the two biggest things in the construction industry is overrun of costs and high risk, low reward positions, right? So we're looking at, how many hours a day do you guys use Bluebeam? I mean, for myself, looking at, kind of Bluebeam and Revit and how those two interact, the Revit toolbar from Bluebeam, and it's almost like it's become a secondary software that we use in our CAD creation and markup process, as well as for architects when you're working with a drafter and you got those markups that you have to create. Architects can now go on from their tablet, their computer, anywhere in the world and collaborate with their drafters and designers. It could be thousands or you know you know way far away. Pam says that you open Bluebeam every morning when you open Outlook, and that is a statement, right? That is a huge statement to what we are now doing in the construction industry. We're looking at Bluebeam PDFs and cross coordinating. We're using it as a communication tool, just like we use Outlook. So the whole theme of this is speed, accuracy, and standardization. So how are we going to get there, right? Well, I want to know, what are you guys excited about with Bluebeam Revu 2019? For me, Bluebeam in the past has been, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's not. It just depends on the file size, right? But Bluebeam has done something almost nobody looks at, right? We just look at things, right? We just look at our software here. And I want to show you guys kind of a side by side really quickly, because I think it is important to see how much quicker Bluebeam is now loading. What Bluebeam's, they heard the complaints and they went back and they said, hey, uh, you know, this stuff is taking a while to load. Is there anything we can do to get this fixed? And they came up with the improved rendering with HAR, which is Hardware Accelerated Rendering Engine. That's what HAR stands for. And they have said that, you can pan and zoom up to 6 times faster, which downloading the latest update, I've noticed. So let's take a look at this real quick. So if we're looking at Bluebeam, we got two different versions here. We got version 1 on the left and version 2 on the right. Let me see if I can get my media to play. Well, now, that's what we call technical difficulties. Let me see if I can get this to go here and here. Well, apparently it won't play in full screen, so we're just going to do it like this. So if you look at the one on the left, it does take some time for Bluebeam to update, and it looks like, you know, the one on the right is going a little bit quicker. You can see kind of the demo that they've put together, showing the improved rendering time. It basically, what it does is it renders the entire page at one time, and it allows you to move around the page quicker than before, rather than, you know, just showing a one line item there. So now what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to go over into some other pieces and parts. What is important for contractors, right? What is important for contractors is quantity takeoff improvements. So Bluebeam has done a few things to help our contractors out in the field, right? It automatically prompts you for the scale, independent units, and running totals. Well, you say, well, how might I do that, right? And here we go to another media slide, which will show you. Let's see if we can get this one to play. So Bluebeam has introduced a number of items. Close this down here, and we can get going. So Bluebeam has tried to make it easier for contractors during measurements and estimations. So what we're trying to do is increase the speed by 70%. Now Bluebeam will automatically prompt you, right? So what you got to do is you got to go to the top, select takeoff from your profile, open your measurements tab, which is on the left if you can't find it, and it'll calibrate automatically for you, but you can also select the calibrate tool. And what you do is you select 2 points during the calibration, and you set the specific number that you've calculated to. And then you go back and double check just to make sure the accuracy of the calibration is correct. So then what it allows you to do is it allows you to measure content. So you can go foot squared at the top, and it'll give you a square foot of a classroom. It'll also allow you to change the properties of that palette to a specific fill color or hatch type. So if you got different flooring materials per se, and you need to kind of show that in a environment or a number of totals. So you see up here, he's putting hardwood flooring. It allows you to add that to your tool chest. So you can reuse that custom tool many times. You can see, here we are again, getting the square footage. So we can look at all the different measurements. So if you look down here on the left, it automatically grouped those items together. So we're going to group them by what? Subject, which would be baseboard. So it'll allow you to add custom columns and materials. So you can see here that it allows you to modify those columns, and then you can type in your custom item number, baseboard, etc., and you can get entire square footages of items, as you'll see here in just a minute. It'll allow you to assign numeric values to those items and add subtotals, as you'll see. And then you got your expressions in here, which are standard math formulas. And that allows you to go in here and you can look at the subtotals. It'll give you a cost now. So this is going to come in handy hugely for the contractor's world. And these tools are new to Bluebeam 2019. It'll allow you to also add kind of different materials and pieces and parts. You know, there's a lot of times where we use stainless steel or woods, but it's many different types of woods and stainless steels. It'll allow you to add, custom parameters and custom parts based upon costs for those particular items. So it will also allow you to export the data you created. You can export it in CSV, XML, whatever your format is that you're trying to push into. I know a lot of contractors use Excel spreadsheets, or they use Excel spreadsheets to pull into other programs. And this will actually give you the area and basically your custom export from the Bluebeam properties down at the bottom, and it'll allow you to pull to those specific plan sets. So if we look at this PDFX, this PDF, and it'll allow you to pull over to the specific plan set sheet, and you can email that report directly from Review. It automatically pushes it over into Outlook. So another handy tool by Bluebeam. Whoa, we went kind of forward a little bit here. Okay, so although not a new feature in Bluebeam, right? This isn't a huge feature or new feature in Bluebeam. I think this is one of the more important features inside of Bluebeam. It's called 3D PDFs. It's not necessarily a new feature to 2019, although I think 2019 does do it a lot better. So this is coming out of the Bluebeam toolbar that you can download and install with Bluebeam. And if the 3D files are in their native CAD program, you can use the Bluebeam plugin to convert them to a 3D PDF using Review CAD or Review Extreme. So those are some very specific parts. You have to have Review CAD or Review Extreme, and then you can use the Bluebeam plugin to generate the 3D PDFs with SolidWorks, Revit, Navisworks, and SketchUp Pro. So we are now using the leading software for architects and engineers, being in Revit. And we can also look at the industrial side and say, hey, industrial guys, this also works for SolidWorks, or your coordination guys, hey, it works for Navisworks, or even your concept designers in SketchUp Pro. So, like I said, it's not a huge 2019 update. I think it works better in 2019 than it has in 2018. So you're saying to yourself, well, how can I create this 3D PDF from the program? Well, I will show you. So another great video from Bluebeam, so I didn't feel the need to kind of reinvent the wheel here. All of these videos that I'm showing you are available on the Bluebeam YouTube. So what you want to do, this is how you do it in Revit. You open the 3D view that you want to see, you zoom around and move around to where your picture is perfect here in 3D, your view. And then you're just going to click Create 3D PDF. and it's going to shoot it over into Bluebeam. And you open the 3D model tree, and here you can see there are layers on the left and right, and you can move into the ISOs. You can move left, right, up, and down. This is going to be a huge tool for architects to use with contractors. You can move the model around, add annotations. You can say, hey, Mr. Contractor, if you're an architect, this is kind of a pain point for us. What does it look like in 3D? I can't see it in 2D. There are always those elements, right? There's always those elements that don't really translate well into 2D. So what we're looking at doing is trying to coordinate better, faster, better, cheaper. It's always an ask. We can isolate those section views, and we can look at those elements and pieces and move them in the X and Y and Z direction, and it allows the contractors to play with those parts in real time without owning Revit or SolidWorks or AutoCAD or even SketchUp. So you're going to show the section box here, and you can adjust the section box, right? So if you can see over here on the left-hand side, he is moving that section just like you would in Navisworks in some instance. Not exactly how you would, but you get the overall gist of it. And it allows the architects to, coordinate with their contractors. It allows the contractors the flexibility to move that view a little bit to where they can get their point across. You can edit those 3D views. You can hide the section box, show the section box, look at it in different 3D ways. You can isolate single elements and not show them, whether it be ceilings, curtain panels, curtain wall moldings, doors, floors, pads, railings, roofs, slabbages, stairs, railing, you name it, mechanical items if they're in there and coordinated. So if you have inserted model, like an inserted mechanical, electrical, or plumbing model, those can also be shown in these 3D views and become a huge helpful point for architects, contractors, owners, and the like. It gives them the opportunity to view things. And as you see, the annotations, if you are to click on those annotations, it'll zoom into there. It'll allow you to go wireframe, transparent, illustration. There are many, many tools here with 3D PDFs that allow you to do so much cross coordination with a simple tool like Bluebeam. And again, it allows you to send it out directly from Bluebeam over to the architect or over to the contractor. So here's something new in Bluebeam Revu, right? So we looked at, Bluebeam looked last year at their configuration elements. So they wanted to standardize the deployment, and it's easy to adopt for companies. What does that mean on the server side? Well, we want server-side deployment. We want patching development. We want to be able to roll out all the updates at one time. We want to know what language we're working in and how many computers, etc., to deploy it to. So Bluebeam really listened to the tech guys on this one. So the old configuration process was, a element of patching code in. Well, they turned that over into a UI. So they turned on all of these elements for your Bluebeam administrator. So you can enable or disable the welcome page, desktop shortcuts, stapler desktop shortcuts, delayed authorization, set the PDF as default viewer, and these are all in the deployment pieces, right? These are all backside server stuff for the IT guys. You can set the languages. you can export a standard set of preferences. And then you can click the little three dots over there on the right and import those preferences. So if you have toolbars, tool sets, any of those other items, it'll allow you to set the default page size, the job options path, and the network configuration path. This is all development for the enterprise side guys who are deploying this stuff on a daily basis. So when we're looking at it, we're looking at the deployment location. So it's going to ask you for the package, the MSI, the deployment folder. So if we look at it, we can start a new deployment. We can patch a deployment. We can deploy extensions, tool sets, profiles, all of that other stuff you guys use on a daily basis. That is all deployable. And it'll allow you to check the licensing as well. So you can look up the license, see what computers are using which licenses, and either, accept those licenses or revoke those licenses. Bluebeam Revu Configuration Editor. It's allowing you to do more stuff. It'll allow you to do digital signatures, set the person as administrator, edit text, exporting directly into Office, such as Word, like we just seen before. Allow you to do your own product updates. You can turn that on and off. Redaction, on or off. Register license. It allows you to set who can register those licenses. Self-signed certificates. Translate markups. It also allows you to install all of the plugins for AutoCAD, AutoCAD LT, Internet Explorer, Office, Outlook, Project Wise, Revit, Navisworks, SketchUp Pro, and SolidWorks. Those are all Bluebeam plugins that the administration can say, okay, after I've installed Revit and AutoCAD and Navisworks and SketchUp Pro and all of this other stuff, right? Let's make it easy on the development guys. So let's go, okay, AutoCAD, AutoCAD LET, Internet Explorer, Office, Outlook. We want to get all of these plugins installed for all of these programs. How do we do that on a company-wide basis? This is how we do it. And as you can see at the top, we are on step 4 of 5 of the deployment stuff. So, Bluebeam hasn't taken this feature lightly whatsoever. They are very interested in helping the end consumer. So, training and resources. Always people are asking me, hey, how can I learn more about Bluebeam? There's a few things here, right? Training and resources. We don't just do Bluebeam sales, right? We offer service. We're on tech support. All of the consultants are assigned a specific tech support days, and we're here to help. We're here to help you with Bluebeam crashing or whatever it may be, staff augmentation for Revit, AutoCAD, and the like, for helping training people or helping build projects, on-site training for Bluebeam, off-site training for Bluebeam, and webinars such as this. This is how we learn more, right? We want to get involved as well, because that's also how we learn. So Bluebeam has a conference every year. It's called the Bluebeam Users Conference. And it's just training and learning and figuring out what it is that Bluebeam will additionally do besides what I've showed you and the improvements here today. It'll allow you to show you how to create custom tool sets, make your life easier, etc. Me, for Bluebeam, what did I do when I had a Bluebeam problem, right? I joined the Bluebeam online user groups, which I do believe that Bluebeam has transferred all of their online user groups that were once on a forum on their website over to LinkedIn. So if you go to LinkedIn, let me see if I can do that here real quick. And so if we go over to LinkedIn and we just type in Bluebeam, Bluebeam User Group, Sydney. Bluebeam User Group, Fresno State University. Minibug, Bluebeam User Group. Bluebeam user groups are literally everywhere, right? If we look online, there are local Bluebeam users groups: Atlanta, Austin, Bay Area, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Texas, Denver, Detroit, Edmonton. Literally, they're all over the place. Kansas City, Missouri, Los Angeles, Mid Atlantic, Orange County, New York, St. Louis, Portland, Oregon. There is a Bluebeam users group near you somewhere. Um, Microdesk webinars. I'm not gonna, try and plug this anymore, but we try and offer webinars that are entertaining, and also we do learning events. You'll see some of the Microdeskers out at, you know, whether it be the Bluebeam conference or Autodesk University, you'll see us out there. And over on the right hand side, I have the next three webinars coming up: Connecting Teams, Reducing Costs, Revit and BIM 360 Collaboration, Maximizing Efficiency with BIM 360 for Civil 3D, and Discovering Dynamo, Practical Uses for Project Managers. So Microdesk is trying to put out more learning events for you guys so you can see all the different items that we have going on a monthly basis. Now, how do you learn about Bluebeam from Microdesk? What if you want to buy Bluebeam from Microdesk? You can always go to microdesk.com, go over into software, and go down to Bluebeam. You'll see up here, this is our website, microdesk.com. There's the software. There will be a button for Bluebeam. You can download the Bluebeam free trial if you have not had a chance to try it again. Mention the webinar today, and uh, let us know how you enjoyed it. So, want to get the most out of review with maintenance. So, this is something that I kind of harp on a little bit. Maintenance is a great thing, right? And the reason why is because you get the latest upgrades. You get exclusive features that are available only to the maintenance plan subscription. You get phone support not only from Bluebeam, but also from Microdesk. What does that mean? Oh no, Bluebeam keeps crashing and I have a job that's due. Call Microdesk tech support on the maintenance plan, and it'll allow you to get in contact with the Microdesk experts on Bluebeam. How do you contact us? Well, we have offices all over the US and now in the UK. You can find us at www.microdesk.com. Reach us by phone at 1-800-336-3375 or email at webinars@microdesk.com. You can also connect with us on social platforms. YouTube, Microdesk channel, so youtube.com/Microdesk channel, linkedin.com/Microdesk, Facebook, facebook.com/Microdesk. I think you guys get the point here. The only one that's a little different here is your Twitter, and it's Twitter at Microdesk Inc. Well, if that is all the questions, or if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat and I can do my best to help you here today. Those are the new features for Bluebeam 2019. They've improved the rendering qualities. They've tried um, to listen to our complaints, I guess, and put out a better product. And let me know if you guys have any questions. And if you guys do not, I will give you a gift of time because I kind of pushed through this fairly quick today. And I know that everybody is on a tight schedule, so I was trying to respect everyone's time. So I will hold for a few minutes regarding questions, and if not, I will end the webinar. Hi, Pam. Yeah, really the Bluebeam 2019 has really uh, they've pushed the end user experience to an even better level than they've already had it. Uh, Please let us know. You can contact us through uh, your local sales rep. You can always email myself at jbird@microdesk.com. I can forward that over to our sales team if you're interested. Let me know. Let one of us know. Connect to us through our social media or even through our website at microdesk.com. Is working with multiple documents in Extreme different than standard? Uh, no. So the main core of the program is the same. Extreme has additional features like CAD and Extreme. They have the 3DF PDF features. I don't have all the feature lists at hand, but that's just one. So not specifically working with multiple documents in Extreme, but there are other tools that are available um, for use with Extreme and CAD that are not available to Bluebeam Standard. Well, with that, if there are no further questions, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I hope to see you again on the next Microdesk webinar. Thank you all for joining.